be addressed within the team there as well to get them a few rounds on the board. Positive, have had some upsets so far, beating Falcons on the first day, of course.
Inside of CC, because in this spot, well, you can contest a large portion of the map to begin with, and you also challenge anyone trying to push in towards that wall. But with a little bit of pressure coming into, they managed to get it done, blowing the wall wide open with the Zofia and looking maybe to try and get their push on through, with Jalad coming in on the backside as well. This is a great takeover of this site overall, but they've got to get rid of Astra, who's currently dug in on the walls. C4 at the ready, not going to find the shield.
Send them onto it in a bit, force Asa to move. They've got him held from another angle. Take a bit of damage, chip, 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 until they get him down and out, which is going to be the case. Jalad manages to pick up Marto as well. Good initial.
Army available on board feels quite rare as well, given our bans have been committed towards two of the operators we typically see being brought along to slow things down. Obviously, Twisted Minds wanted to move.
For Rebels, even though they've lost Marto. Soul is particularly powerful here on board because there's so much verticality. There's only Fountain that you can't really get any vertical into. Jalad manages to get a double though, and that is not good. The third comes in, Lem's taken down by Dover, and it's all up to Link, who takes a whole bunch of damage there. They think about getting the diffuser down and successfully complete it. 1 versus 4 as Linku starts the fight back, manages to down a second, but look at that health now. Seriously, 1 HP and a dream, a shield against him, not a chance as Jalad steps in and finds the kill, and that's going to be round 2. They left him alive, that's who you were supposed to go and get. This could be an opportunity for Rebels if Asa can show a little bit of trigger discipline here and move at the right moment. Linku, if you remember, I suggested on the Ella, get a little bit more mobile, found some kills. Asa plays that perfectly, by the way, by not getting involved.
Clearly haven't thrown everything out. They've been a little bit stung by that. They've had to try and figure things out as they've gone. There's Flag coming into the blitz as well, who surely...
Hello?
I was about to say, surely he doesn't get away with 2. Tricks now left at a 1v4. Linku and Asa both down on dangerously low HP, mind you. A single bullet, enough to put both in the grave. The drop comes on through. Finds 1. Has to get rid of that Fenrir F now, though. That's going to be a headache otherwise, and indeed does so. Got to go on the hunt, though, and clear out 3 inside 40 seconds.
Look at the HP though, very low on the side of Rebels, and I tell you what, Rebels know a little something about 1v3s. Generally, they like being on the other side of them, I would say. But
what place to put an F that, by the way?
Just right in the middle of it. Look, it did its job, but so did Tricks. Absolutely deletes Asa. 2 to go, 20 seconds. Knows there's a 1. Manages to find him 1v1. Knows the other's up on top floor. He just took shots at him. Is he going to be able to get up there and take the fight? Doesn't have diffuser in hand. They are both fractions of health.
All that beat up about losing it either. But come out for them, they feel brilliant about it. Trying to play inside, feeding info across on the solar, so as the pressure builds up, they will eventually have to back away and drop down through the hatch. But Pleno falls down first and foremost. That's not ideal. That should mute offline.
Yeah, we're going to see a response though as Marto manages to pick Jalad up underneath the book. I think you get back to site, clear your time, and if the opportunity presents, get back upstairs to use that scanner to plant deny. Trix does manage to go in, get aggressive, takes down Lems, 4 versus 3, and the problem is that the blitz is now amongst them. Marto goes down as well, finished off by Hasham with that gadget. 4 versus...
Try and get Tricks, who went for the shot, missed it, but so far away, didn't take any damage anyway. May well lose out to his feet here, though, if he's not too careful. Dov looking completely the wrong way there as he steps in towards Archives. Will lose his life, but a plant now going down from P9, who is downstairs inside a workshop, surely needs to be killed off. That's the second kill that Astra has got with no one even taking a look at him. And we're down to a 1v1. It felt like Twisted Minds were in full control and had the ability to win this round, but now I was going to say there's a chance that Linku can come out on top, and that's exactly what he does. You've got to try and waste as much time as you can. Hopefully drain some resource, get rid of a player or 2 while you're out there at the same time. But Tricks, Alems, none the wiser, loses his skull. P9 in for a second, and once again, Twisted Minds have a 2-man advantage. We've seen a couple of
gunfights when that moment comes, and when Dover pushes in through this door, needs to be able to punish him, and that's exactly what Linku's done. He's taken the fight to them, keeps himself in position in CCTV. Really nice. 4 versus 3. Rebels could hold on here.
Yeah, Linku has been absolutely phenomenal, I think, so far throughout this half for the boys. There he is yet again, this time less than a 1 versus 4, though. He finds the 1. Jalad gets the close, though.
Opportunity, and somehow Jalad's managed to just kind of wander in there and start putting the diffuser down. He's not taking any damage. The smokes have been missed, and that is a big blunder coming in from Rebels to allow that.
Yeah, with all players up as well is even more mental, but at least they've got the entry, Tim. That's what I asked for, and they can lose the round, but at least it's helping balance the stats. No, there is work to do here. They've got to fight their way back in. They've already lost out on one, but the problem is I imagine they lack so much information on where these players are. Dov playing this so well, making use of the keeper, but no, misses those crucial shots on towards Astra at the same time. Finally gets himself taken down, but it's already down to a 2v3, Tim, with only 13 seconds left. This round is short. It's going to be a 4-2 attacking Heart of Twisted Minds, who have played this brilliantly.
Yeah, that's it. No time left to disable that activated diffuser now, so the gunfights will be meaningless. Manages to secure a kill at the end there, Asa, but that
to attack, which means Twisted Minds do a fight. They will bring it all the way at the entrance.
Going to bring it. How much can you control it? In a sense, I actually.
Dockerby obviously trying to make it as difficult as possible for Twisted Minds to stay in any positions. Grim as well. There goes the Lion though. Gilad manages to find one. Takes some damage on his way back through to site, but he's not going to mind that.
I tell you what, bro, keep on tweaking if you're going to go 8-2 all the time. He's absolutely flying this map, isn't he, Gilad? You know, Trix, of course, had the big play of the half that you remember earlier on at 7-2 himself now, but it's just dominant from these two. They are making it so hard to play the game. Hasham up to 4-3, P9 another. Look at the difference already, Tim, in how Rebels attack versus how can't afford to just wilt away and sit back and wait to get beaten up by the attacking side. You've got to do something, and that's exactly what Twisted Minds have shown. They've gone for runouts. They've looked to try and be hyper-aggressive as soon as they're stepping in towards the building. More than defenders, like, yeah, you've lost the Aruna, you've lost the DMR, but you've taken out the Ying on the other side, argue the best kill that you can find, if not the Blitz, for example. Who right now could be in danger at the same time. Alem steps in, gets one, but immediately there is a trade. Down to a 3v3, and this is only hurting Rebels more and more.
Yeah, Twisted Minds are playing the trade game brilliantly here. They struggle to get the angle, but Astra manages to find it with the pistol. Perfect way to do it with that shield in front of his body as well. 2 versus 2 though as the trade game continues for Twisted Minds. They always have an answer, but here comes the blitz. Feno managing to get the kill ultimately, and that is going to be all up to Hasham now. 1v2, but look at the health on that blitz.
Yeah. Oh, Hasham. Is he going to do it to him? I think they know where he is. They've heard him. He needs to find the player behind, but no. Flashed out, gets one. Almost got rid of Feno, but no, the full white screen. A bit.
There goes all the utility. Candelas, smoke, plant going down, but no. Trix is having none of it. Takes down Acer, manages to stop the plant most importantly. Fenu tries to get in there and get it down again, but he's not going to get the opportunity, is he? He does find a kill onto Gilad. 4 versus 3, and it's chaos in the first 30 seconds.
On down. Marto still dancing around the window, and Feno, I was going to say, hasn't yet moved out of that default plant spot, but forced to move by Dov, who brings it down to a 3v3.
Yeah, this is ideal for Twisted Minds. The real threat at the beginning of the round was that jump in and try to get the diffuser down, and now Rebels are basically going to be scrambling for a plan B. But they scramble pretty well as Marto manages to take down Trix. That's the castle off the board, 3 versus 2, and because of how the round started, there's an absolute age left on the clock as well. Linku manages to find Hasham, and it is looking pretty good for Rebels here. But I was just going to say one's going to get picked up in Passport, but he doesn't because Marto's got the cover.
C4 from Gilad. That's the Twisted Minds that we're used to seeing, but they do not manage to find a lens.
Takes a bit of damage from the barbed wire, not only that, but signals his presence. So Gilad able to come around the corner and just take that fight with the pre-fire. Lem's cut down. Gilad does take a lot of damage along the way, but look who's gone. It's the Dockerby. We know how powerful Dockerby is at the minute. They're going to lose a whole bunch of those calls, but does it matter? As you say, Des, diffuser goes down 4 versus 4, and they're now on the fight back, but how about that for a fight back? P9 manages to find Asa 4 versus 2 as a shot. Picks up Marto. They're going to get this, I think. They're on a serious retake. Rebels have managed to get themselves outside and they're holding angles. Challengers are going to start coming in from all over the place here from Twisted Minds though.
This is the thing, you constantly got enemy outdoors flashing on your screen. They can come from anywhere at this point. And there we go, there's the Ella. And Dov still wins it as well. It's a 1v4, it's a 4v nothing, Tim. They managed to win it despite both players having great minds to try and make sure they are uncomfortable. It feels like they're starting to get a bit more settled in. It only takes 1 C4 and the round's over.
Soliton Radar going to be giving that location away, but the FNAF's really doing their job there and preventing the Snake of Linku getting into aggressively. 5 versus 3 as Hasham manages to take down LMs. Not looking good for Rebels right now. They need a bit. little bit of safety deeper in Armory, waiting for these fights to come to them. Gillad manages to fight. It's perfectly done, absolutely perfectly the way they've baited them in deeper there, hit them with the nitro. This Fnatic has caused so many problems, by the way, and has not been taken out. It's brilliant.
We get to speak to our victors. In fact, we have some of the brains behind Twisted Minds on the line joining us here. Good evening, congratulations on the victory. How happy are you with this result today?
I'm so happy because it was a great game against a great enemies. You know, I really like the another team, so I was expecting a great game.
Little, you ran it back on border. You played against Falcons last week on this map, and then you played again today against Rebels on the map. So I guess, what did you guys work on from the loss last week in terms of today's game?
We know they are different enemies, you know. We scream against them in the past, and we know, okay, we will do the same. We will did the same thing. Did the same mistakes what we did against Falcons. So I think we can face this map. You know, that's our thinking.
And Little, I have a question for you that maybe brings you back to Salt Lake City, as I see the beautiful poster behind you about the major. Ever since you guys had to swap Dove and Guards for the major, I feel like when Dove came back, he's less and less on the Shields role, and Trix has taken that role. At least on border today, I saw that he was playing the Shields all the time, and it seems to really suit Dove because before this game he was the best rated player on the roster. Was that a change that you guys made because of the replacement, and then you kept it after the major, or what's the story here with the main Shield player on the team?
I cannot give too much information about it because it's too much information about the team. But what we did was we know the good points about it's Dovahkiin when he played with Shields. And we know the good points about Trixed when we played with Shield. So we start to see who suit better, you know, in each map and in each play. So that's the point. You know?
I mean, it's very interesting because I think in a meta where shields are so important, most teams are struggling to find one great shield players. You have two, and you switch between them. Prop to you. It's really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Also, when we was in Salt Lake City, we have opportunity to play with one of the best shield in the world, the Guards. So I think MENA, you know, have a lot of how can I say it, talents to cook in this game style, you know.
All right, sounds good. One more question before we let you go, Little. Tomorrow's big game for you guys against Virtus.pro. They're flawless so far. What are you gonna do to stop that?
Will be the first game when we play against this new roster. Also, the first game what I'm gonna play against Dark. He's my friend from Brazil. What I can say is you can expect a great game with fast plays and, you know, fast counter plays, because, you know, it's more like our style.
Sounds awesome. It's making me excited for that. Thank you so much for your time, Little, and
Thanks
best
so
of
much.
luck tomorrow.
Really saw the ceiling sky high at Salt Lake City, where they used all of the aggression and firepower that's available to that team, and they channeled it into, let's actually do that, but together. 3, 2, 1, we retake. And even if everyone is taking a one-on-one, we're all taking our one-on-ones together, and whoever wins it can then help the other. And I feel like we've seen that, especially in that retake, for example, on the top floor bomb site. But I think that consistency